Welcome to our podcast, Be a Peacemaker. Peacemakers is a platform that addresses relevant social issues from a faith-based perspective. We believe in engaging in conversation that leads to personal and community transformation. Our mantra is conversations that lead to transformation. In 2020, as our nation was struggling with intense racial challenges, my friend Nick Stonestreet recommended that he and I do a podcast to discuss solutions to racial reconciliation and basically how we can work together and just be friends.
That's right, Mike. It just seemed like so much of our society had lost the ability to even be civil. Even in the Christian community is so divisive that being able to have a platform to bring people forward that are really trying to have racial reconciliation and have valuable conversations. And, you know, one of the keys is for people, they may not agree on everything, and yet we can still have a conversation. Because without the conversation, the outcomes we get are not what we'd hope. And, you know, we're called to be peacemakers. That's one of our primary callings as Christians, to help be peacemakers. And so many times people get caught up in politics and divisive activities. And peacemakers is just all about raising the level at which we see ourselves, our identity, to the identity where we identify with Christ first, before what flavor we are or what color we are, and just first being a human being and having a conversation with other human beings.
Well, I like that, having conversations as human beings, setting aside our differences. And Nick, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, because I think you have a very interesting story.
Well, just quickly, I grew up in Miami, Florida, so some people don't like that, but especially Mike is a Florida State fan, so
That's
there you
right.
go. So there, we have a disagreement there, but
Yep.
we still can have a conversation. Not about football, though. But no, I grew up in Miami. It's a very multicultural environment. I learned to get along with all different kinds of people. And for a lot of my financial services career, we lived in different countries, Brazil, the Netherlands, and Switzerland. And we were able to just understand what it's like to be around all kinds of people and have all kinds of conversations, and the richness of those experiences of living all over the world and being with all different types of people. Just, made me kind of yearn for this type of a dialogue at a time when things are so divided.
And brother, I appreciate it, because we've had this dialogue probably for the last decade.
Yeah, last 10 years for sure.
Yeah, we didn't wait until 2020 to start talking about what we need to do just to be men who love each other and love God and love people.
Yeah, and Mike, I love the approach that we've taken even here at Ronald Blue Trust, in the way that you've helped us think through racial reconciliation and really going back and looking at peacemakers throughout history. And Dr. Patterson is a history professor at Morehouse and also a pastor, and so he's got a great breadth of experience. And Mike, when you came into our company and just talked about people who were on the right side of history,
Mm-hmm.
it makes people of goodwill yearn to be on the right side of history. And so, it wasn't a lot about shaming and telling people they'd done something wrong, but it's more about how do we go forward together.
I appreciate that. And you, as the CEO of Ronald Blue Trust, opened your doors and you welcomed me in. And my wife and I and other employees, we've had some incredible dialogue.
Wow.
And I'm looking forward to some of the great podcasts coming up. Some of our episodes, we went pretty deep with some of the topics as we dealt with mentoring, dealt with racism, and yet all of
police issues.
Oh yeah. We got some good ones coming for you all. So please stay tuned. Please check us out. And what you will see as you listen to our podcast, there's always a call to action.
Yeah, and we'd encourage you, to take action too. And it's very simple. Find someone that doesn't look like you and have a loving conversation and try to understand their perspective. It'll make a difference. It'll enrich your life.
So you will be hearing different conversations that we've had. Various podcasts will be released very, very soon. And we are excited to go on this journey with you. So please listen, subscribe, share our podcast. Let people know. Be a peacemaker. Conversations are coming soon. And we look forward to having more conversations that will lead to transformation.